I used to think silence was my curse, a heavy cloak stitched from years of being unseen, unheard, unwanted. But tonight, under a sky bruised with stars, I learned silence isn't weakness. It's a weapon. My name is Mara Vale, and I've spent my life in the margins of someone else's story, smiling through gritted teeth while the world applauded my sister. But what happens when the shadow steps into the light? Stay with me. Let me confess the moment I stopped being invisible. The backyard hums with laughter, the kind that spills from champagne flutes and polished lies. It's my sister Lena's 30th birthday, a glittering stage of fairy lights and velvet tablecloths where every guest is a prop in her performance. I sit at the edge, near a sagging table with a half-melted ice bucket, the air thick with the sour tang of spilled wine and forgotten promises. My dress clings to my skin, damp from the condensation pooling beneath my elbow. No one notices. No one ever does. Lena glides through the crowd, her laughter sharp like cut glass, her gold dress catching the light as if the sun itself owes her a debt. To me, she toasts, her voice a melody everyone leans into. The crowd claps, my parents beam, and I'm just there. The afterthought. The extra chair they dragged out from the garage. I was 9 when I first felt it. This ache of being erased. It was Lena's dance recital, the same day as my science fair. I'd built a model volcano, spent weeks carving it from foam, painting it with care. It erupted perfectly, red and fierce. But that night, all I heard was, Lena's pirouette was flawless. My mother handed me a plate of cake crumbs and said, "Don't make a mess, Mara." I didn't. I never did. Tonight it's the same script. Lena's coworkers raise glasses to her visionary brilliance at the ad agency. I bite my lip to keep from laughing. Visionary? She's a performer, not a creator. I know because I've seen the reports, the ones she never reads, the ones I wrote. The air shifts when a stranger's voice cuts through the chatter. A woman in a tailored blazer leans toward me, her perfume sharp like citrus and ambition. "You're Lena's assistant, right?" she asks, squinting. I nod, letting the lie settle like dust. It's easier than explaining that I'm not her assistant. I'm her boss. 7 years ago, I started small. A logistics startup I bought with every cent I'd scraped together, then a media company, then the agency where Lena works. I didn't tell anyone, not my parents who thought I was just getting by, not Lena, who assumed I was too plain for ambition. I built my empire in the dark, brick by brick, while they toasted her spotlight. I glance at the photo wall, a shrine to Lena's life, her prom, her first campaign, her engagement. Not one frame holds me. It's like I was carved out of my own history. My chest tightens, not with sadness, but with something hotter, sharper. I'm done being a ghost. A server, barely 19, pauses by my table. Her hands tremble under a tray of desserts. "Ms. Vale," she whispers, "your scholarship saved my brother's life." I freeze. She knows. Not the version my family invented, but me. The woman who funds futures, who signs checks, who moves mountains in silence. She walks away before I can respond, but her words burn in me like a fuse. Then I hear it, the low purr of a car engine. A black sedan pulls up, and out steps Julian Kane, CEO of the parent company Lena dreams of running. She gasps, smoothing her dress, whispering, "That's my boss?" But Julian doesn't look at her. He walks straight to me, his voice low, deliberate. "Ms. Vale, I wasn't expecting you here. We need to discuss the Carver deal. It's yours if you push." Lena's champagne flute trembles, the crowd stills, my mother's smile cracks. I stand, my voice steady as stone. "I'll call you tomorrow, Julian." He nods and walks away, leaving a ripple of whispers. Lena stares, her eyes narrowing, searching for the sister she thought she knew. I step toward the dessert table, my heels clicking on the stone path. I set down a single folder, its weight heavier than the silence that follows. Lena's voice wavers. What's that? Truth, I say, my voice soft but unyielding. Your campaign? I rejected it. Your job? I approved it. Your future? That's mine to decide. Her face crumples, not in tears, but in rage. You're nothing, she hisses. But the crowd isn't hers anymore. They're watching me, recalculating, rewriting the story they thought they knew. I walk away, leaving the folder untouched. The night air tastes like freedom, like the first breath after years underwater. I don't need their applause. I don't need their regret. I needed them to see me, just once, as I am. Not the shadow, but the one casting it. What's the moment you stopped hiding? Tell me in the comments. I'm listening.